Today's guest is truly that girl. She's a mom, wife, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and a trailblazer in the world of sports. From growing up in the inner city to standing beside her husband, CC Sabathia, through a Hall of Fame career, Amber has worn many hats. She's the first female agent to represent a first-round MLB draft pick, co-founder of the Pitch In Foundation, and she's building her own Hall of Fame legacy while helping others chase theirs. Her journey is layered: love, family, business, breaking barriers, and today we get to peel all those layers back. Amber Sabathia, welcome to The Ish. Okay, we are back again with another episode of The Ish. Yay. Here we are. Yay. And today we have Amber Sabathia, who never does this, by the way.
No.
So thank you.
Very rarely.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
We're special.
Yes.
We are.
Yes.
So we thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We know that it is no light task to clear your schedule and sit and answer questions for little old us. But
small now, but you guys are gonna grow and mighty very soon.
Bless it. Come on now.
We receive it.
I'm speaking.
We receive that. We receive that.
Thank you. Thank you.
We usually start off like super serious. We're like, let's do an icebreaker first. So like, we want to know before coming here today, how does your morning go?
This morning or any morning?
This morning.
This morning, okay, so it's also why I don't like doing podcasts or panels is because it's hair and makeup.
Yep.
That takes a lot of hours out of my day that I don't have. I'm usually on an email, on a call, or writing an email on a call.
We're trying to figure out how we disrupted your life today.
My dog didn't get a walk. So I've learned it's good to have some form of a routine in the morning. And so I've really tried to, we live on this massive hill, and to take my little dog out for a walk on the hill. And that's like my morning routine. That's where I clear my head. That's where I do my voice notes. So if anybody's getting those voice notes from me where I'm like, like, I apologize, I'm out walking right now. But that's kind of just my 30 minutes of me time. I play my music. You're going to get Sade, Beyonce, Whitney on my playlist. And
just you and the dog?
Me and the dog. Yeah, me and the dog. And we do that walk, and then it's on and running, emails, calls, whatever needs to be done. Also balancing whatever my kids need that day, because someone's going to have forgotten something. If it's my son, I need my football pants. Mom, pick me up. It's a half day. I forgot to tell you. Trying to, juggle that as well. And then just wherever the day takes me from there.
I love it. What's one thing that made you laugh out loud recently?
Oh my God, I laugh so much.
Laugh.
You got to laugh from crying.
Yes.
So I'm laughing. Me and my husband laugh a lot. We've been married now, goodness, going on 23 years.
Oh,
and yeah, so did we just celebrate 23 years? Yes, been together since 15 and 16.
My gosh.
And still to this day, we laugh. We were at the Yankee game the other night, and somebody said something, and we looked at each other and just started busting out laughing.
Was it inappropriate? Or they
but it's one of those things that we don't even have to say anything. He saw it, I saw it, and we're just laughing together. So I say we laugh out loud a lot.
If your personality was defined by a music artist, who would it be?
It depends on what I'm going through. So I just recently received an award, the Sports Business Journal Game Changers Award.
Congratulations.
I'm not going, but they've said pick a song. And if I heard one more Alicia Keys' Girls on Fire.
Oh my gosh.
Or
Everybody
Who Runs the World, Beyonce, which are amazing women, and they are part of my soundtrack, but I picked Glorilla. And I was like, that's what I'm coming on, because that's where I am in my life right now. In my career is I'm fighting. So
I love it. Which song?
What is it? Hype Me? No.
Hype Me Up.
No. That's not Glow. That's not Glow.
But it sounds like her.
No.
But it's not her. It's not her.
It's not Let Her Cook, right?
Let Her Cook. Yeah.
Let Her Cook.
Yeah.
That's my song.
Someone say it.
That's my hype though.
Let Her Cook.
I just know it. Let Her Cook.
And I did that when I walked up, on the stage.
Yeah.
So.
All right, one word to describe 15-year-old Amber and one word to describe current Amber.
15-year-old Amber was scared.
Ooh. Of what?
Life. Growing up, what she's been through, what she had ahead of her, what she had to overcome. That's 15-year-old Amber. Current Amber is fearless.
I love that.
I love that. I think that's a lot of the teenage us versus like if we could just go tell ourselves, so girl, you got it, you fine.
Oh, I always
know?
wish I think I put on one of my Instagram posts, I want to just give young Amber a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look back at young you and you think about all the things that you have been through up to that point, all the things that have plagued you, and you realize that that little person has no idea that it's actually going to be okay.
I tell my son all the time, there's only one way, and that's through it. You're going to get through it. Young Amber didn't know that. She thought everything that hit her was so detrimental and traumatizing and oh my God. But now I look back and I'm like, girl, you had that.
You didn't even life yet.
You didn't even sweat. Yeah, like you had that. So yeah.
I think this is the perfect segue because we typically start with like early childhood, getting to know our guests and what their childhood was like. So first tell us, where are you from?
Vallejo, California.
Ooh, I know that.
I'm a Bay girl. Born and raised from the V. Yes, I am.
You're New York Amber to me. I've always known you to be here.
No.
But you got Bay sway.
California raised me and New York made me.
Nice.
So that's what I always say is that from the Bay girl, me and my husband both born and raised from Vallejo, went to high school together. I went off to college. He went off and played minor league baseball. But when we got to New York in 2009, that Amber shifted.
Yeah.
And I realized what I had and what I could become in New York.
It does that to you.
You wear a lot of hats: mom, wife, agent, philanthropist. That's a lot of different things to juggle. And that's a lot of different personalities that I would assume you have to put on to be able to manage those different roles. But if someone asked you today, who is Amber really? How would you describe yourself?
So it's crazy that you said this because I had this conversation the other day with someone. I did an interview right when CC got into the Hall of Fame. And the title of the article said, how does she juggle it all? And for some reason, the internet, and I'm sure we could kind of pull this up and put the highlights of this, ate my ass up.
Really?
Because when people read juggle, they saw struggle. And so literally everybody was like, oh, you struggle. Oh, it must be so hard. Your husband made millions. How do you do it? And I said, who said I was struggling? Because I'm looking great. I'm not struggling over here at all, but I am juggling it. And it's a difference. And in the article I wrote, yes, it's a juggle, but it is such a blessing to be able to juggle all these things. It's such a blessing to be a philanthropist and be able to give back. It's a blessing to have 4 amazing children and see them all succeeding themselves. 2 now are off in college. One's a senior about to go to college. We are blessed. Girl, the light is, I see that light at the end of the tunnel. We are blessed. So yes, it's a juggle. I wouldn't change it for the world. I love it. And I'm far from struggling doing it.
What was your family dynamic like? Do you have siblings?
Yes.
How many of you guys
half and step. And my dad was out in these streets.
Okay.
And single mother.
We gotta have a whole podcast about these situations.
We actually should, because it's wild. But sorry, back to you.
No. So a lot of step siblings, only daughter from my father.
Okay.
Full daughter, half brother, 1 full brother. So yes, raised by a single mother.
Got it.
In Vallejo.
Would you say she was your shero, or how many female sheroes did you have growing up?
So I give my mom a lot of credit that seeing her struggle to get us through is what put the battery in my back to know that I was never going to struggle.
Yeah, I love that.
What does home feel like to you? Like in people, places, identity? Like when you hear the word home, what do you feel like home is for you?
Home is wherever my 4 kids and my husband are. Whether that's in a hotel, traveling on the road, whether that's on vacation, whether that's at our home, wherever we are together, that is home base for us.
I agree. I think the same thing for me. As long as my husband and my kids are there, and hopefully my mother, sometimes she can come. I can send her back home sometimes. But as long as my core family is there, it doesn't matter. It feels like home. Would you say that?
Yeah, for sure. I think especially living a lifestyle that makes you have to move around, you kind of learn to make home wherever you end up. So, we can pitch a tent anywhere and it would feel like home as long as my people are with me. So I love that. When you go back to teenage Amber, so like when CC goes to minor league and you're in school, what did you think life was going to be for you then? before you knew he was going to make it to the major league?
So that he has said, the Amber that I knew in high school, I knew that we were going to make it, whether it was me or if it was her.
Wow.
He gives me a lot of credit in his career, and I appreciate him for that he does say, like, I would not be here if it wasn't for her. So he always says, like, I knew what I saw in you as a teenager, I knew I needed you in my life to support me to get through what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
So
you said when he went to the minor leagues, you went to college. Mm-hmm. You maintained your relationship through that?
Yes, girl, it was hard. It was hard. We had some breakups. We had our kids. By the way, if I tell, like, my daughter, she was like, Dad had another girlfriend? Oh, my God.
Did he have a girlfriend at one point?
But yes, he did. We won't go down that road. But it was out there that he was dating somebody else for a short minute. And, you know, I was in college, and we navigated that. We always stayed in touch. We always were very close, but we were always still together.
Yeah. And y'all were always probably friends.
Always.
Right?
Always.
That's so important.
Yeah.
Did you have a job in high school? Where'd you work?
At high school, my first job was 14 at Burger King.
Ooh.
Then I worked at McDonald's. And then I stepped up. That's why I said, girl, I wasn't going to struggle. I was going to juggle. I wasn't going to struggle. And then worked at a gym in high school that the joke that we all laughed about is CC would come work out. And if you see young CC, he was very big. He's not as fit as he is now. And he would come and sit at the gym when I was at work and not work out, but sit at the front desk with me. And then once I went off to college, I also worked, you know, the college jobs. I interned in, you know, special needs because I was working as my major was to be a teacher.
Oh,
and
no way.
to minor with special needs. And so I did
That's
that.
awesome.
And yeah, I always worked.
We always ask that because I feel like, and not to say you can't learn a hustle, but it's just sometimes in you, right? And
it is.
You know, you're going to figure it out. So a lot of our guests, they've worked hard their whole lives. Like they had a job in high school.
Yeah.
You know, like you steady the course, you pivot if you have to, but you stay hustling.
Yeah, I'm never not gonna figure it out.
Period.
So take us to, I guess, what happens you graduate college. You two get back together at some point during that time, right?
Girl, we're skipping a big step. So we get the oops, I'm pregnant.
Oh, okay, let's go back. Let's go back.
3 years in college, I get pregnant. I go back to San Diego. So I went to San Diego State. I was an Aztec. I go back to San Diego pregnant.
How old were you?
I was 21. I had just turned 21.
Okay.
Pregnant.
Ain't even hit the clubs yet.
Yeah. Girl, just beginning. And we were at our doctor's appointment, and you know when you're sitting down, we were at Kaiser, shout out to Kaiser at the time, and my maiden name is Carter, and so they were like, Miss Carter, it's time to come back, and he looked at me and he goes, nah, we got to get married. It was like, we can't do this. Like, you about to be the mother of my son, and he was like, you got to have my last name.
Wow.
So we get married on his off day.
Like courthouse.
Yes, courthouse. We weren't going to tell
Shotgun.
anybody. And that night it was on the news underneath because he had already made it to the majors.
Oh,
it was
he was
like
already in the
Bachelor
majors at this
CC
point.
Sabathia gets married at the courthouse. So I was like, I need to call my mom.
Oh, right.
You hadn't even told your mom?
No,
Oh,
man. I was
man.
like, I need to call my mom. I need to tell her.
That's savage.
And then a year later, our son was 1, and we had a big wedding during the off season. And then we just kept having babies after that. So
Wow.
I had 4 before I was 29.
That's
Wow.
actually a story in itself.
It
and
is.
that's amazing. I got pregnant early as well.
Don't be scratching your head.
It's a bit of a story that we don't need to get into right
A
now.
whole another podcast. We gotta get into our drama at some point.
We should.
I'm just kidding. No drama.
But it's scary. It's scary to realize that your life is just beginning. You haven't even been able to take that step into your career and all the things that you have planned for yourself. You know, like most of us have a plan. We go to college, we think about what we're gonna do, what it's gonna look like, how it's gonna play out, and then there's that oops.
And God laughs when we have our plans.
Yeah.
So just to throw out part of the story that I don't want to get into, I got pregnant within the first month of knowing my husband. And we had to learn each other through that. And very similarly, I had to call home like, hey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's,
you know?
And that's a lot because you're going through so many emotions being pregnant. And women, you're making a child. That's something that's, you know, men will never understand that.
Yeah.
So, and then also trying to learn someone else and their ways and go through that, that's a lot. And
So,
young.
taking us back on track here.
Yeah,
Back on track.
you're good.
Okay. So you find out you're pregnant, you get married. What happens
We get
next?
married. I have 2 kids. I go back every fall to college. And I graduate 2 years later.
So you still graduated with
I
your
still
love
graduated
babies.
because what I was not about to have people do. And this is also, I should not worry about what people say, but when you're young, you worry about what people say. I wasn't going to have people say, oh, she just waited until he married her. She was just going to college to get married.
Yeah.
I was going to get a degree because that's what I was always planning to do. I was going to graduate and I was going to have our babies. And again,
Good
I was
for you.
going
I mean,
to
juggling school
it,
and babies. I can't even imagine.
Girl, I was getting in the car, driving them both up to San Francisco State, putting them at the daycare at San Francisco State, going to school. And I did that for 2 semesters. And then then I graduated. Yeah.
But I commend you for that because regardless of what the motivation was, whether it was what people said, it was a smart idea because you did it for you and you wanted to still see it through, right? So
I mean, and how great of a story is that for your kids? Like, oh no, I was taking you to daycare so I could finish my degree.
They
so
know.
You're gonna finish these degrees.
We're not giving up.
Ever. I have a fun question. What was your first date like, even if you were 15?
So our first, absolutely, I'll never forget. We went to the movies.
Okay, that was me and Jamil's first date at 25.
Because you don't want to talk. You don't want. We're not ready to sit down and have dinner.
On me, but no, he wasn't.
We sat in the car. First movie time came and went. We kept talking. Next movie time came and went. Kept talking. We said, okay, let's go to the last one. We never made it to the movies. We sat in the car, I think, for 6 hours.
And this is at 15, 16. You were
we were like probably 16, 17.
But you were already intrigued by each other to the point where you're talking for all these hours. That's crazy. Never made it into the movies.
Never made it to the movies. That was our first date.
I love this. Was there a second date? Did you have to make up for it?
Yeah, we did the bowling and all those type of things, and the friend hangouts and the dinners and hanging out at his house, and went through all that.
What was it about CC that attracted you to him back then?
He was very humble.
Nice.
So CC in high school was the already, you know in high school who's going to be the athlete, who's going to be the, the buzz was already like, oh, he played football, he played basketball, he played baseball.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it was like you got this
one of
guy
these
that
things is going to hit.
Yeah, and I remember I was at the house party and he was sitting on the couch and all his friends was up jumping around and on every girl and the whole time he sat on the couch. And I went and sat next to him and I was like, hi. And, I think maybe he only smiled at me. And I was like, I went home that night and my brother was a year older, but he was on his basketball team. And I said, do you know CC? And my brother was like, yeah, why? And I was like, that's going to be your brother-in-law.
Ooh.
At that moment, I spoke it.
You knew it.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. Love at first feel.
Yeah.
At 15, you said, I'm a marry him.
They was in the car talking for hours. They knew, they had it all set up.
Well, that came later, but I knew just something about him that he was the biggest one in that room, but he sat there so quiet and just watched everybody.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Where did CC start playing in the majors? It wasn't in New York, right?
It was in Cleveland.
It was in Cleveland.
Yeah, he was drafted by, at the time, Cleveland Indians, now Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah.
But he was drafted out of high school by Cleveland.
I'm bad at
No, you're good.
I'll be like the Redskins. People
You're
like,
no, you're good.
All right. So Ohio, and then how long was he there?
He was there for 8 years, and then he got traded to Milwaukee. We were in Milwaukee just for a couple months.
Okay.
And then free agency hit.
Okay.
08, and that was when
he's been a Yankee my whole life.
Yeah, 09. He came in 09. We've been in New York since.
Since 09. So he played a total of how many years?
19 seasons.
Wow.
Hall of Fame as a Yankee.
Wow.
Wow. So you guys have been in New York since 09. That had to be a time. Like when I think back to New York, 09, Yankees, I'm thinking Sex in the City nights, girls' nights, well, you had young kids, so maybe not.
No, she figured it out. I was still, it was some good times. I have no regrets about having my kids young because I was able to also balance that, making sure I still went on my girls' trips. I was still going out with my friends. I still was able to raise my kids and be a stay-at-home mom, but do other things while I was here in New York.
I love that. I never got that opportunity. Like I said, I got pregnant early. But in my mind, I was moving to New York. It was happening. I was going to have my girl Sex in the City moment, and life caught up with me. But
you're in New York right now.
Look, just do it now.
Stop it. Yeah, it's going to happen.
CC mentioned before when he was trying to decide on which team to go to, you told him, go where you're wanted. Did you feel like the Yankees wanted him in a way that he wasn't really being appreciated.
So we
where he
were
was.
offered a deal prior by the Guardians that was less than current players that we were playing with, and we knew his worth.
Gotcha.
So we knew we were going to go to free agency. His agent at the time explained to him, like, you go to free agency, teams can then now, bid on you. We expected a lot of teams to want him. And it was the Yankees that were like, we're here. And after they were like, we're here, I think all the other teams were like, yeah, no,
we can't compete. So
no one's fighting that.
Nice.
And so we got a few other offers, but the Yankees truly showed how much they wanted him.
They saw it.
While with the Yankees, he won a World Series, correct?
The last so far, but there's a playoff game tonight. So fingers crossed.
We're gonna manifest it.
What was that like? Like, what was that moment of being at the World Series? Your husband's team just won. Tell us about that moment.
I'm gonna be honest with you, because it was his first season, and I just assumed
it was his first season.
Yeah, it was his first season.
How
here
do you
in
come
New York.
down from that? Like,
right?
You chase that for the
so
next.
I just assumed that's what it was. I just was like, oh, he's a Yankee. This is how it's going to be. We're going to win every year.
Right.
And then it didn't happen. And I was like, oh, damn. Okay. It's a little harder than we thought.
Yeah.
But it truly, I remember go back to his agent at the time said, you did your job. You came in, you got him a World Series ring.
And they probably valued him like, oh, he's here. We got a World Series. Let's keep this going.
Yeah. And he fought, year after year. He was not out there giving it everything he had every time he was on that mound after that.
I remember Super Bowl for us, and I can only compare it to that confetti. They were making slow angels, and it's just that feeling, but it's almost like a high. Like now in Jamil's front office, it's a high we chase, because you miss that feeling of running on the field, of like the whole world knows like you did it, right? And to be a spouse of someone and be in the trenches with them, it's just the greatest feeling ever. So to experience that is fire.
Did you make a snow angel?
I was not gonna get dirty. No, I didn't. Because you like, it's your guy's moment, but you're also like, this is our moment.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like straddling the fence of doing the most and also letting him do the most. So that's dope that you had that experience.
So we just talked about, I guess, like the high, right? The high of his season. But there were, well, not his season, sorry, his career. But there were also obviously some lows. And CC has been very open about his struggle with alcoholism.
I had never known that until I saw
the pivot interview. Yeah, I didn't know either, actually. And I can only imagine how difficult that was, not only for him, but also for you as his wife and his children. Can you tell us what that time in your life was like?
Yeah. Also, shout out to Pivot. I think they also do a great job. So
they do a great job.
Love
shout them out. Yeah. No. So when I get asked this, I always say, that CC story, that was his journey.
For
so
sure.
he could speak on that. But what I can speak on is you have no control over another human.
Correct.
I had to come to terms with that during his addiction and what he was fighting, that I cannot control what you're going to do. If you're going to go out and drink and get blackout drunk, that's what you're going to do. I have no control over that. What I do have control over is how I'm going to react and what I'm going to do in this moment. And I think for CC, he got to the point where he realized, and we go back to how strong we are and what's home, he was about to lose home. And he realized that, like, okay, I done took this way too far. And amongst other things, he was like, I have to fix this, and how I need to go to rehab and I need to become sober. So shout out to him, because he just hit 10 years. And just hit 10 years sober, has not had a drink for 10 years. But knew 10 years ago that I was at a place where I was not settling for that anymore.
What did you learn about yourself during that time? Because you were always strong.
Yes.
But what did you learn?
His first day, I remember sitting there across from him at the table when I drove him up for him to check himself into rehab. And I remember sitting there from across the table from him, and I said, I fix a lot of shit. I can't fix this. And I'm known as, like the Olivia Pope, like, I got it. I'm going to fix it. As an agent, I'm the fixer.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't fix this.
Like, you have to do the work.
You have to fix this.
Well, God
this
bless
on
him
you
for doing
now.
the work.
And he did it.
And it worked.
Yeah.
And it worked.
How has that shaped the way you parent, the way you talk to your children about drugs and alcohol? You have sons in college, and I know for me, college was a time.
No, so we decided, they were very young. Our oldest son understood that dad was in rehab, because of social media. And of course, it got out right away. And he actually went in not hiding himself. He said, if I'm going to do this, I need to tell the world because I need to hold myself accountable. If I'm out at bars, if I'm on the plane traveling with players, they know.
That's a big decision.
So our son knew right away. Our younger kids were not on social media at the time. They didn't know. 5 years, I think, later, we decided to do a documentary. And so it's called Under the Grapefruit Tree on HBO. And we did a documentary of his whole journey. And we put the beginning to end out from how he felt, why he became an alcoholic, the things he was dealing with in alcoholism. And we sat down with our kids and we let them watch that documentary.
Oh. How old were they when they watched it?
So if they were all able to process it and understand it. So I want to say like maybe 9 and older.
Okay. So yeah, you can fully understand.
Yeah. So they understood, and because we wanted them to see it and truly understand, and not just hear years later like, oh, your dad was in rehab at one point, and them not understanding that, we wanted to put the whole story in front of them for them to see it. So as much as that documentary, you know, we hear all the time, oh my God, that helped me because I watched that. And CC gets a lot of credit for a lot of athletes that end up going into rehab or seeking support for their addiction. We wanted that documentary so our kids, our legacy, our grandkids could actually see what we went through from beginning to end. And that's
awesome. Wow. Well, it looked like a lot of fun for the Hall of Fame.
It was.
What was your best memory?
The Yankees can throw a party.
I'm sure.
So they told us, Amber, show up. That's all you need to do that Saturday night. When I tell y'all, I was sea walking. And I don't rep nothing. I don't rep nothing. I'm just from Cali. I'm from the Bay. I went to school in San Diego. I was dancing. I was on the drums. I mean, Finney Pizza came. I mean, we had a time. Drums? Yeah, they had a drum set there.
I video of that.
I got video of me on the drums. I mean, we had so much fun. So at that moment, at that party, I remember I was like, this whole career of everything, that the ups, the downs, the roller coaster, I was celebrating. Yeah. And I celebrated. And our kids were there. And we had a good time.
It was your Hall of Fame, too.
It was. Absolutely. For sure.
Absolutely.
All right, let's play a game.
You want to play a game?
It's just this or that. It's an easy game.
Okay.
All right, let's do games. Games
I
are
was
fun.
like, woo, all right.
It's just this or that. We got to bring it up. Bring the energy back up, you know.
Keisha's our gamer.
I am. Louis Vuitton or Lululemon?
Louis Vuitton.
I knew that.
I'm going with Lululemon.
You're a Lululemon girl lately.
Or Aloe.
You're an Aloe girl lately.
Make sure they send you a package for that.
Well, this is a sensitive subject because of what we've talked about, but Chris Brown or Usher concert, we don't know yet.
Nah, let me tell you right now. He was just in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And Usher came on stage and I saw the video and I turned to my husband and I said, I don't even want to go no more. This is like literally the ultimate concert for me. If someone said, give Amber a concert, it would be Chris Brown with Usher on stage. Oh my God.
We're going to figure it out.
I went to Vegas a few times more
for
than
the Usher.
You saw Usher more than once?
I have gone to Usher's concert since I was 15. I have been to since he was the Velvet Rope tour. You see how I leaned in right there? How serious I got? I am a Usher fan. He was just at All Star in the suite, and I walked into the suite, and he was standing over there, and I looked at my husband. I was like, "You're a hater. Why you didn't call me and tell me Usher was in this suite?" He was like, "What? I look like a babe. Usher in the suite." I was like, "Yes, I'm a super fan." I love Chris Brown as well. So Chris Brown bringing Usher on stage, that's the ultimate for me.
So both of them.
Before you go to the next question, I got a question for both of y'all. So both Chris Brown and Usher have been going viral for bringing women either on stage or coming to them.
Or cherries.
Cherries, lap dances, all of the above. And I have genuinely enjoyed watching it. Like, I feel like these women are getting there.
My favorite was Kayla recently with
she had her legs up and everything. She was ready. She was ready.
I love it. I love that it's not just women doing the sexual things on stage. I used to love when Janet would do that.
Yeah.
Like these men would be shaking and like I thought that was so empowering for women. But it's cool to see, man, you know.
Destiny's Child did it one time before.
Oh, cater to you?
Yeah. Now, would y'all go on stage if you got pulled on stage? Have you been asked this question?
Janine may or may not have gotten into trouble.
So, I would not do the Chris Brown, right? That's a bit... I'm looking across the room.
Did you make shade room? What?
I did eat the cherry.
Oh.
I did, and I was in trouble for like a month.
She still is.
I'm probably still in trouble. I'm looking over here like, did she just... I did eat the cherry, and we in the Heat Arena, the freaking big jumbotron, and I was like, oh. He knew before I could even tell him. I was like,
but you're supposed to grab the cherry from him and then give it to you.
We just gonna move on before I go back.
Before you go back into jail. Cherries, yes. I don't want to be humped.
No, I don't want to be dry humped.
I don't want to be humped. Not just because I just don't want to be.
But I enjoy watching everyone else do it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
I'm here for it.
What a time to be alive. All right. What are we binge watching or streaming on TV right now?
Oh, goodness, that's a good one. There's one, and see, I need my phone to Google this. It just came out. It's not the doc, but it's it just came out, and it's a woman who has amnesia.
I know what you're talking about.
Netflix.
Yes, and she has amnesia, and she can't remember the last 8 years of her life.
Yes, and she
now
was a
she's
doctor.
starting. Yes, and so she's back practicing, but she lost that 8-year gap.
I have that on my watch list. I didn't start it yet. I started watching Monster. Well, I always love Ryan Murphy's stuff. He's so crazy. So right now it's the what's his name? Ed Gain, I think his name. But basically Psycho, all of that was based on him. He was like wearing skin and imitating his mother, and like he's dark. He's dark. So that's what I'm into.
I don't like that type of stuff.
I mean, in time for Halloween, it works.
I get it.
But it's creepy. It's definitely
I just finished Beauty in Black.
I love Beauty in Black.
It is my guilty pleasure because it's so ghetto and ratchet, and they cuss every 5 seconds, and I love it.
I love it.
I'm there for it.
I finished that. I finished that a few weeks ago. But all right, bathing suit, beachfront, or cute winter coat on the ski slopes. I feel like you're an Aspen girl a little bit, but also a beach girl.
It makes my ankles hurt. You're gonna get me on the beach.
Where you can chill
with a margarita.
Yes. Wine or shots? I know you like tequila like me.
Oh,
so.
I'm like so I have 2 alter egos: Rose Amber or Tequila Amber.
So Tequila Amber. We'll get into the beautiful gala we went to.
Yes,
Tequila Amber is one of my favorite people in the world.
Yeah, everybody loves Tequila Amber.
But there's also a Rose Amber.
Yeah, she's a little bit more chill. You could take her out. Okay, she won't get in trouble. But
I
Tequila
think I might
Amber,
have 2 of those too. I need to name mine.
Yeah,
I think I do too.
Yeah, because I'm a Sancerre Keisha, and then I'm a whatever's available.
And my friends
but I'm
know
gonna stick on that team.
Like who we got tonight, and they're like, I mean, I literally had my friend who asked my husband. We were out, and she was like, "Can Tequila Amber come out? We really want her to come out." Yeah.
All right, that's my game.
All right. Back to the important stuff. Amber's career.
Questions.
So, Amber, you're building your own Hall of Fame career, and you're doing it in ways that people haven't really seen before. You have stepped into sports agents, sports agency. Okay,
sports agent.
Thank you. Yeah. So to start, I'm going to be fully transparent.
Or you could even say as a baseball agent.
As a baseball agent.
You're specifically baseball.
I don't know much about agents in general. I don't even know, full transparency, what exactly an agent does. I do have some type of idea, like you're maybe brokering a deal between a player and a team. But can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, so I mean, and you're right, because there are many different agents. There's on-field agents, there's marketing agents, there's people within the agency that do different things, from concierge to social media. You know, there's someone in the sports realm. There's a lot of people behind the scenes of an agency that are, you know, working to support the client to the best of their ability. The best way I explain it is a really good agent doesn't do just one thing. You know, no task is too small. If it's, you know, I need a custom cleat to help me prepare this proposal for my girlfriend, to a baby shower, to actually doing your long-term extension deal with a team, that's what I do.
All the things.
Yeah, and I say to players, just being in this game for so long, when you give that percentage of your contract to your agent, you want to feel good about it. You don't even want to question it. I have a client that was like, I will never question paying you guys because I know you guys are all doing your job and you support me. And without y'all, I could not be here.
Yeah. How did you get into this?
So I've always been very involved in CC's career from beginning to end. Towards the end of his career, I got much more involved. He's been with 3 different agencies. The end of his career, it was almost like the joke that is like, oh yeah, he's with this agency, but Amber's his agent. Because I was like, everything kind of had to go through me.
Every interview I've watched, it's been like,
everything had to go through me. I had to yes, no it. I was always like, is that worth his time? Is the pay worth it? I just had to make sure he was good, because I used to always go into every season like he was a boxer. And when boxers get ready for a fight, they have the chef, they have the trainer, they have the recovery, they have all these things. And I was there managing all that. And so I wanted to make sure that like his team behind him, you know, you're only as strong as your team. Like, I got to make sure our team is strong. And at the end of his career, he was like, man, you would be an amazing agent. And I was like, no one's going to take me serious. I'm a wife. Like, no, this is my job. This is what I'm doing. I'm happy here. And then my son started playing. And I was like, hey, ain't nobody going to be my son's agent. Like, I got my baby.
So that was the moment you were like, okay.
That was the pivot. That was the pivot that I was like, I'm going to take care of my baby. And I've seen the ups and downs of this game, and I've seen how if someone is not advocating for you, how you can get lost. And I was like, oh no, I'm going to be my son's agent. COVID hit, and CC goes, it's time to share you. And he was like, you could help a lot of young players. And he was like, you should really look into it. And how
long was it between him retiring and you?
2019, and then COVID hit 2020.
So it was right there.
It was right there, yeah. And one of my mentors, he was like, you in here doing like all kinds of arts and crafts. You're cooking bread and donuts. Like this ain't for you. Yeah, he was like, nah, you gotta go be great. Go do something else, because you're stressing me out.
Yeah.
And my mentor, Jean Afferman, who works for the Yankees, she's one of the highest ranked women in baseball. I called her, and she actually was an agent. And I said, what do you think about me becoming an agent? And she goes, oh my God, there's so many, like, she goes, I've known you for so long, and I feel like there's so many things you could do. She was like, but that's what you are meant to be.
I love that.
And then she just kind of gave me the battery.
That was preparing you for your next chapter. And you were just doing it because you loved them and you were a good wife and a good person, but that's phenomenal.
A few weeks ago, Ayesha Curry went viral for saying something along the lines of she put her career on hold, or not even her career, I guess her aspirations on hold to support her husband's career. And people have very different opinions about what it was that she said. And it's kind of hard to watch, because as a wife, and I question the people that are actually judging her for this, because as a wife, you know what it's like to have to take a step back to make sure that your spouse gets to where they need to go. But it doesn't mean that it feels good to do it. It seems like you've had to do very similar thing, right?
Right.
And now you're stepping into your season of things. How do you feel about, I guess, the whole dynamic of stepping back so that your spouse can shine?
Yeah. So first of all, I want to say I love Ayesha Curry.
Me too.
I think she's amazing.
Like, she shouldn't be getting any heat. She's
I like, you know, I'm like, I just want to give her a hug, because I want her to realize, doesn't she have multiple entities?
Yes, I lost count.
Yeah,
like
it's the lip gloss, the makeup line, the face line,
the magazines.
Yes, the store in Oakland. Shout out to my bae girl. Like the store in Oakland, she's got so many things going on that she has done so much already. So I think also, like, as she's saying, like, oh, I have to put my career on hold, I don't think she did.
Right.
At all. I think she managed it and juggled it all amazingly. And I think she has now 4 beautiful children, and she has all these entities and businesses, and I think she's thriving.
Yeah.
And so, yes, everyone's looking for something to just kind of kill you on, hence why I don't do podcasts.
We're just
someone
different.
someone always has something to say, and they want to take it and they want to flip it.
However.
But I think for her also, like, life is just beginning for her as well.
She's still so young.
She has so much more to accomplish, and she's done so much. And so I really want her to give herself grace and let her know, like, she's done it. Like, she's been a huge role model for mothers and young mothers, and like, Ayesha, you did the damn thing. Where's the camera? You did the damn thing already, girl.
Yeah, for sure.
You're good.
I feel like I've been licensed for 19 years in real estate. Jamil and I got together 2011. He retired from football in 2016. So I was an agent when we met, but I ended up, when he went from the Ravens to the Giants, I got licensed in New York and New Jersey right away. Started working with his his teammates. I started working with his teammates back in Baltimore with the Ravens just because they needed rentals. I'm like, $1,200 rentals. I'm not thinking it's going to go anywhere. I'm like, I do real estate. I'll help to protect the guys. Yeah, I relate to you in that way of like, I protect him in certain things, and then I started protecting his friends in certain things. And then when we came up here, I got it here. But I will say I took off when he retired because it was very much the priority was what he had to do because that was so important for our family. And I don't think it's a sacrifice, but when he sat down, same thing. He's like, okay, so, hello. And I was able to take off. And I had the clients before, but I was able to quadruple what I was doing before because he took that role. So I think it's beautiful if you can witness your guy go from one to the other. But I also think as a wife of an athlete or a significant other, you are sacrificing certain things for that other person.
So I remember I was 30, right when we came to New York, and I took my last name off of my Instagram. And everything was like, I'm going to brand myself Amber and everything is going to be Amber. And shout out to my therapist because I'm big on therapy. Yeah. My therapist helped me realize that this is my destiny to be married to my husband. This is my destiny to be Amber Sabathia. And so why am I fighting that? And why am I trying to run from that? Know that me and my husband together are so much stronger. Because let me tell you what my husband don't play about. He do not play about me. So I know I have him. I know he has my back. He knows I have his back. And together we're so much stronger. Yeah. So to that, like you said, once he retired, he built you up to make you stronger in your career and the contacts and the network you have now. Yeah. You're able to soar. And that's how I feel as an agent. If I started this when I was in my 20s and my 30s, I wouldn't be able to do this. I'm standing on a Hall of Fame career of my husband. Yeah. That's what I go into my recruit meetings and when I meet players, that's what I'm standing on.
And that's who they want to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said for a healthy marriage or a healthy dynamic. Because it's easy to get envious or jealous of your spouse. But when you're supportive of each other, you don't have to do that. My situation is very similar. It's not in the sports world, but I've had to support my husband's career for the last 15 years. And he is the breadwinner, you know? And so I stopped working. I became a stay-at-home mom. And then I joined his agency and I was helping them and building from the ground up. And some days it was rough where I would look and think, oh my gosh, I have so much ambition, so many things I want to do. But God was very clear with me to just wait, just be still. It's not your time yet. And sometimes I was like, oh God, why? But it was very similar to what your therapist said. There is no Janine without Chris and vice versa. And so you have to support him and get him to where he needs to be because when it's your time, he'll do the same for you. And now here we are and everyone knows if you're trying to book with the ish, you're going to go through Chris, right? He's going to make sure that everything with this show is seamless, right? Yeah. And so I think that there, again, is just something to be said for healthy marriages, right?
And life is about seasons, right? And like you just, sometimes it's the time. Yeah. And sometimes it's just not, you know? So I think we can all attest to what that is. And then I think there's a lot of women that will probably look at this, a lot of wags, if you will, are figuring out how can I be me or have my own lane and also be there for him. Yeah. So I think to see, keep enough of yourself, right? Still be there for them, but don't give it up, right? Have your foundation. But I think it's just super motivating for people trying to figure it out. So if nothing else, I hope the women who, are in your position because they're with a successful person know that, it's not over. You just have to figure out what your lane is, and you'll get there. So if nothing else, I hope women walk away with that. It's our season, girls. We did our work. It's our season, girls. Yes.
Okay, back to Agent Amber. Agent Amber. What do you feel like is your niche when it comes to your clients?
Yeah, I feel like I understand what the client needs at a certain time because being through this game and knowing the ups and downs, sometimes a player just wants someone to just check in with them, right? Like, how are you feeling? You good? You've had, a few bad games, but I know maybe you just need to go out to dinner or maybe you just need to talk about it. Maybe you just need to vent about it. it's not going as you want it to go. The career's not going in how you projected it to go. Even my son, we just knew he was going to get drafted last year. It didn't go how we expected, but God says, you know, you make a plan, watch him laugh. You just got to get through it. And so I'm very sensitive to the athlete and the things that they're going through because I went through that with my husband.
What is your age group of guys?
Oh, we range. Yeah. So in baseball, you know, you could start recruiting a player as young as like ninth grade, 8th and 9th grade. At that point, you're their advisor. And then you go through their high school career with them and you advise them and, you know, committing to colleges and, you know, development and those type of things. And then you officially become their agent once they hit the draft and they're officially drafted. Even when they're in college, you're their advisor. So I've gone as young as 9th grade all the way up to my oldest client right now is 33.
If you start off as young as 9th grade, 10th grade as an advisor, how do you guarantee that
you don't? You don't. It's cold world out there.
I think did I read that you lost a client to a male agent? Is that true?
I did. I actually, I did lose a client. I don't want to go too deep into that.
We don't have to.
But there are only right now 6 female baseball agents.
In the whole league.
Hundreds and hundreds of male agents.
How many of those 6 women are Black?
2.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And you got a first rounder?
I just recently, yes. So last year, my Durangelo Sainja, he's a switch hitter, ambidextrous pitcher. And he was a first rounder. I am the first female agent to have a first rounder in the MLB draft.
Wow, that's amazing.
Amazing. Yes. What was like the pinch me moment for you? Like, oh crap. When it was announced, did you know it was happening?
Oh, well, so I'm in the draft room. I'm in the war room. So we're calling teams. We're going through all that. We're negotiating what the signing bonus will be. So I'm in every part of that.
So oftentimes, especially in the football world, I know careers are short. What is the average length of a baseball player's career?
That's hard to say.
He's
not the norm, but it's really hard because, you know, players, they have the minor leagues. Some don't even break out of the minor leagues and get to the major leagues. So there actually isn't an average. It's really just based off, you know, your talent.
Yeah. How do you feel like you can prepare your client for a lot of guys go broke after playing? You play for such a small amount of your life, even at 20 years. Compared to your lifespan, right? So how do you prepare your clients for if and when it ends?
So that's also part in like what I tell my clients, how I can prepare and help them because I lived it. We lived with, you know, you sometimes have survivor's remorse when you make it and you're from the inner city and you feel like you have to help your city, you have to help your friends, you have to help your family members, you have to take care of your parents. And then you start having your own kids and then you realize it doesn't click that my joke is I want to be able to take my grandchildren to Disney and get them the guide. Y'all know how expensive the guide is, right?
The guide.
Someone just told me this, search for, but apparently.
Yes, the guide is no joke. So my joke is always like, hey, I want to be able to take my grandkids to Disney and get the guide. And so to strategically do that, you have to prepare financially, you have to set up boundaries, you have to have a bad guy. And so I also bring that knowledge to my clients. I don't do so much the financial investments. There's business managers, there's financial advisors for that. But I'm gonna make sure they have a good financial advisor. I'm gonna make sure you have that. I'm gonna make sure you're getting the knowledge. I'm gonna make sure you have the right investment company because I've been through that. I've lived that. I've had the ups and downs. I invested in the right thing. I've invested in the wrong thing. And so just sharing that knowledge with my clients is kind of one of I say I'm a Swiss Army knife. It's just one of the things I pull out of my knife.
How many games are in an MLB season?
Oh my God, girl. So, it's 162 depending on if we're talking about the playoffs. It's not like football and you're going every Friday, right? Or was it every Sunday? See, that's how much I don't know football.
Every Friday.
And I'm exhausted from that.
My son is playing high school. So for me, I think football, I think Fridays. But it's every Sunday, right? So it's so much different.
Weeks.
Because there's
at most 20.
Yeah, baseball season. You know, we're not even including spring training. You're going from February reporting at spring training, being in Arizona or Florida for 6 weeks. Then you're doing the season from April until if you go playoffs, you're till end of October.
Wow.
And you play every day. You get 2 to 3 off days a month. It's a long haul and it's draining but you know, it's the game.
And out of that season, half, I would assume, are away?
Yes.
More than half?
Yeah, half.
Oof.
Yeah.
So during that time, when CC was playing for 19 seasons, which is essentially 19 years, you were pretty much holding down home.
He's been quoted that I was a single mother.
I didn't want to say that.
Yo, he's been quoted. He's been quoted. She was a single mother. I was there doing mom and dad. So like right now that he's retired, if it's my son's football game, if it's his baseball game, he's packing up the car. He's taking them.
That was going to be my question.
He's a stay-at-home dad now. And really, he also is working in the commissioner's office. So, you know, he's also working a full-time job, but he's kind of playing both. You know, he's being a full-time stay-at-home dad now and really trying to support me in my career.
How old are your kids that are still home?
I have a 9th grade, 15, and a senior. She's 17.
Okay. Ooh, you're still in the trenches. 9th grade is rough.
Yes.
I have a 9th grader, and that first year of high school is kicking my butt.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing you think?
It's making sure that they take their grades seriously, because now moving forward,
It matters.
everything matters. And then there's always some type of social issue, a friend, drama.
It's girl or boy?
I have a boy.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, why are you arguing? Like, what?
It's so much more drama.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I see the light at the end of my tunnel. We're almost clear. I have 2 in college now. So
You're almost there.
yeah.
What would you say the most difficult and the most rewarding things are in relation to raising your family now that they are going off?
So the most rewarding is that they're my broke best friends.
Yeah.
Because I also have to teach them.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to my good girlfriend about this, that it's a disservice to my children because the way I was raised and how I was like, my struggle made me who I am. They never struggled. And so for them to still understand what it means to work and to go out and give it your all, because they've been given so much.
Yeah.
So when I go back to that, those are my broke best friends, because they're like, Mom, can we go here? Can we do that?
Yeah.
And teaching them, you know, the value of $1 and understanding that.
It's hard. I think about it all the time. I mean, same, like I grew up in the struggle. That's my claim to fame. I'm a work hard. And then I think about this cute little baby that I give the entire world to already. Yesterday, he literally said he couldn't find a football. Mommy, can you just order one? I'm like, what are you
on
talking
Amazon
about? I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, creating this monster.
We can get it in 24 hours on Amazon.
Right, like he's so used to getting it like that. So I always wonder how I'm going to have to navigate not having the struggle be a part of his life. But
It's definitely tough raising privileged children to not know that they're privileged, right? Like, because they know. And they're not ever going to struggle. And you still have to teach them resilience and work ethic and the value of $1. And it is not easy.
Yep.
It's not, but.
let's talk about taking care of self. We are all about self-care. The ish is a branch of self-ish, which we believe to take care of yourself isn't selfish.
Correct.
So we talked about your morning walks, which I love. I don't walk enough. I need to walk outside. It's different than a treadmill. We're going to get there. What's your favorite hobby right now?
So I just did a silent retreat a couple weekends ago.
I'm sorry.
Silence?
What?
A silent retreat.
Where you don't talk?
Yes. Silence
Are
is my
devices
favorite thing.
loud?
No phones. No phones.
Rewind. Yeah, I need to understand. Okay. How long were you on the silent retreat?
So I went out to Malibu by myself.
Oh, in Malibu.
So I'm now not talking to anybody, not having to communicate with anybody, not having to be social at all. I'm always on. I always have on my phone. I'm constantly on it. I'm constantly talking to people. And it was a gift that CC gave me. He goes, you always say you never can go anywhere by yourself. He was like, go somewhere by yourself. Heard you. Went to Malibu. And then one day it was the silent writers retreat that I did. My good friend Rhoda, she put it on. And Maura Bracakeel spoke at it. We had no phones. We couldn't talk to each other. It was 40 women. And I saw a couple of my girlfriends there at the retreat. And I'm like,
So even when you see people, you can't.
you cannot speak. We could not speak to each other. We could not exchange any words. And we were there all day, writing in silence, listening to Mara speak, listening to Rhoda speak, and give direction on kind of journaling our stories.
Wow.
It was a full day. And at that moment, I fell in love with it.
Really?
Sometimes my favorite thing in the way I treat myself is just silence.
That's beautiful.
I think I would fail miserably at a silent retreat. And I walk in and see my good girlfriends, and I can't say a word.
You're like doing that?
Yeah, and it was like we didn't know who was going to be there. It was never made public. So we were like,
that is so cool.
Are you here too? It was amazing.
So what about it did you love? Like, what made you feel like this is it?
I loved being in my head and writing down whatever was coming to me and putting that in my journal. And it was very therapeutic to get those feelings out. And I'm not saying I'm writing a book. I'm not saying I'm doing anything like that, but it was just getting that out on paper felt so good. Because sometimes there's a lot of things you can't even say. And you just need, by writing it, you're somehow getting it out.
We always talk about journaling and how I'm supposed to be doing it and I'm not doing it yet. Do you journal normally?
I don't.
Okay.
And Mara,
do you think that's going to start you?
Yes.
Okay.
She was like 1 hour a week, just 1 hour a week. And she was like, write some stuff down.
You know what else you should journal? I'm learning to journal my prayers, because so often we ask God for things, and then when he blesses us with it, we forgot we even asked for it. So we don't even realize how many of our prayers are being answered. But if you journal them, you can go back and look and be like, oh,
that's
thank
amazing.
you, God.
That's amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like to journal.
What's something people may often misunderstand about you?
The question I get all the time is, why do you work? And it burns my soul. I get it so much. Why are you working? You don't have to. He's retired. You should be on a beach somewhere. And no, I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. That's not me. It's not who I am. It's just I wasn't built this way. I enjoy it. I love being an agent. I love being there for my clients. It is truly my passion.
Yeah.
In addition to being an agent, you also run your family's foundation, correct?
Yes.
The Pitch-In Foundation.
Yes.
Y'all, what a time. Y'all know how to throw a gala, honey. I have been to a lot of galas in my life.
Yes.
That was by far the best. It wasn't
you.
pretentious. You raised money. It was fun. You guys know how to do it.
Can you tell us what the foundation is?
Yeah, so we started, CC and I, like I said, we're both from Vallejo, California. And the foundation began because we wanted to give back to our hometown and we wanted to do it right. And we were writing checks and nothing was being done because I can't micromanage projects. And I said, CC, I'm gonna start a foundation. Well, we're gonna start this foundation and we're gonna put our money into it and we're gonna control and manage projects, field renovations. At the time we were doing backpack events. Now we've transformed into mentorship programs, internship programs.
Wow.
The foundation is our fifth child. We put our heart into it. But I go back to when I came to New York and I was executive director of the foundation and I was running it. And I had hired a program director and I was telling him, no, you got to do this. No, you got to do that. And I said, you know what? I can't be taking checks from people and I can't be running this if I really don't know what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. And so I went to NYU. They have a program. And I got certified in philanthropy and nonprofit.
What?
From NYU because I felt like I'm going to talk my shit, but I'm going to be able to back it up.
Right.
I'm going to be able to back it up. So when someone says, oh, I'm writing you this check, well, how do I know you know what you're doing with the money? Well, I'm certified from NYU in philanthropy and nonprofit. And I know exactly what I need to be doing. And it's also another knife in my Swiss Army knife when I go to players that want to start their own foundations and they want to give back.
That's so important.
I know the right way to do it and where they don't lose money by doing it.
Wow. Know, excuse my French, but Amber, you are a bad bitch.
You're a bad.
My God. Like,
Thank you.
And I don't even curse, but.
Are there any stories that stand out about, or like what's the thing you're most proud of, or the story that sticks out to you that the foundation has done? Like, or as
I love when we get outreach from kids that I've met when they were like in kindergarten. Because, now we're so many years into this. I think we were officially established in 2018. We were still in Cleveland when we began. And I hear a kid come back and be like, oh my God, I attended this event or I was part of your mentorship program and now I've graduated. I've gone to college and now I'm back and I'm working at the Boys and Girls Club that you supported me. So when I hear those good stories, there was a player, I was in Texas, and he came running out and we were on the field and he was like, I attended your baseball clinic. He's now a pro player.
Wow.
And so like hearing those stories, it knows I'm doing the right stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We had a time so much so that one of us bid on a trip to Tuscany.
Let me tell you, change costs.
And
Make change.
They said, "Oh, we'll just chop it up later."
We'll figure it out.
Okay, girl.
You
So
know,
we're going to. Thank you, Amber. We're going to Tuscany.
Know
And
that.
I hope that our
Enjoy
coins
your
have
trip.
blessed someone.
Enjoy your trip, but know on your trip that you made a difference in a child's life.
Exactly. That's what I
we
told my
get a vacation.
husband.
But those trips were expensive, girl.
They
those
were.
trips were expensive.
When they
man.
said, "Okay, we'll do it 4 times. You all get to go," I said, "Wait,
I was
what?"
like, me.
You like that? That was
One.
strategic. Yeah, we
Noted.
knew. We knew everybody was going to be bidding on those. They were like, "Oh, we got one for you. We got like Oprah. We got one for you. We
Get a
got one for
vacation
you."
and you
It's
get a
going to be
vacation.
a great
Yes,
time.
It is.
And I'm going to say, thank you, Amber.
We're gonna tag you
Tag me.
guys. We're gonna tag you guys. So I have another game, and this is kind of like a wrap up, rapid fire ish. What's one curveball that life threw at you that you're grateful for now?
Look at that wordage.
They all
No
have a
pun
little-
intended. I'm gonna be honest. So I said my son, we expected for him to get drafted this year, and he did not get drafted.
Mhm.
And that was my whole purpose why I became an agent. But someone said to me, "But that's not your path." And your path on your purpose, you've changed so many lives of so many other players and young athletes. Stay on your path. You're changing lives while you're reaching your purpose. And so I feel like that was a curveball, but it realigned me in what I'm doing.
I love that. What's your dream team? 3 people from any era.
Michelle Obama,
Mm.
Oprah Winfrey,
Mm-hmm.
and Shonda Rhimes.
That would be
Shonda
my
Rhimes.
Let
dream.
me go to that dinner, please.
Shonda Rhimes is a good one. I'm
Let me
obsessed
sit
with
there.
anything Shonda Rhimes.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was good. What's a home run moment that you had recently, big or small?
I think my first draftee, my first rounder. Yeah, that was a big deal. Not only for me, but for him, because his journey, and he's originally from Curacao, and he came over when he was 16.
Wow.
Spoke hardly any English. An amazing young man.
Yeah.
And so watching his journey to where he is now, I'm super proud of him.
That's really dope. And what's something you've struck out on before that you've learned from?
That I'm not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then take that how, like some guys,
Drops mic.
I'm not for everybody, and that's okay, because I don't want you wasting my time. Because when I do represent you, I'm gonna give you 110% of me. I'm gonna give you my all. And so if at any point you think maybe I'm not the one for you, please just don't come here.
Yeah.
Because I'm not for everybody.
Yeah. It's a beautiful lesson. A hard one, but a beautiful lesson that we all have to learn.
Yeah. What do you want women or people watching this interview to walk away knowing about Amber Sabathia?
It's really hard to tell me no. Somebody tells me no, they say that's just not yet. It's just not my time. So know that I'm relentless, and I'm gonna fight for you as hard as you fight for me, and I'm gonna hype you up as much as you hype me up. And I'm just big on supporting others and being there for others, man or woman, but definitely women. I'm a girl's girl. I love women. I love seeing women succeed. So I'm gonna be there to support you, and I hope that women do the same for me.
Love a girl's girl.
We love a girl's girl. And you've always shown up. I remember I was doing like wives events up here, and
I was there.
whatever, you were there, and you were there not in a pretentious way, not in a, just like you're here right now, right? Like you really are a girl's girl, and we love it. We love it. You've
Thank
always
you.
been. Always been.
Thank you for being here with us
No, I
today.
appreciate
Thank
you
you for
guys inviting me. I'm
everything.
excited, and
Did
your
we say
success
what
ahead.
advice, we want to ask what advice you have for women. Look into the camera and give words of advice and encouragement to women who are going through and navigating different seasons in their lives, whether it's financial hardship, relationship, parenting, or just trying to find their own path.
Ladies, it's never too late to start. I started my career at 39 as a baseball agent. So never give up and never think my season has passed, because it's always your season, honey. So go for it.
I love it.
Yes. Love that. Thank you, Amber.
Thank you, Amber.
Welcome. Thank you for having me, ladies.
Of course. We just finished filming a podcast, and can you guess where we're going next?
Black Swan, of course. I want lamb chops, I want cauliflower, I want all the things.
If you haven't been, we have the best chicken box around.
For sure.
So if you're hungry, if you're in the Baltimore area just visiting, or if you're tuning into our podcast and want to come to Baltimore, you can also meet us at Black Swan, where the food is amazing.
Black Swan, that's Eat at Black Swan, BLKSWAN. Follow us on Instagram, come and visit us, it's always a vibe.
Tell them Janine and Keisha sent you. If you've been watching our episodes, I'm sure you've noticed this amazing piece of art behind us. Shout out to our friend Be More Tough for providing us with this beautiful piece of art.
He has amazing textiles. He's so talented. He was gracious enough to let this piece live in season 1. But follow him on Instagram at Be More Tough and see all the amazing things that he's doing. He's phenomenal.